Hello, everybody, and welcome on into another exciting OOTR Standard Tournament Season 6 match. Today we got a lower bracket round 2 of CFalcon versus Mr. Mario. And guiding you through this seed today on commentary is going to be Yoshi and Kawari and Drewness. How are you all doing?
Hey. Last time I was on in this room with you guys, I was being eliminated.
You gotta jump over to the other side now.
I am the other side.
Yeah, by the finals, we're gonna have like 60 commentators in here.
So, interesting match. Somehow their first head-to-head. They've both been playing since, they both made bracket in Season 3, and yet somehow have just not run into each other at any point up until now. And that's their first head-to-head in, any tournament as well. We can look at, obviously, the seedings, previous races, etc. Mario with a slight edge, I would say, based on the stats, but only a slight one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I never bump into either of these racers in casuals because they are late night people and I am early morning people.
Well, I can attest from having been a former late night person myself that I used to watch CFalcon a lot when I was first starting out. And I actually would like to think that I based my model around them.
Oh, nice.
So expect a lot of just good, solid play out of CFalcon.
Yeah, and of course we can always expect that from Mr. Mario. His execution is top notch amongst pretty much all racers.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they've both made this many tournaments in a row now. Mario with a slightly better record in the tournaments, I will say as well, which, again, just like those slight edges here and there, came 5th last year. Or joint 5th last year, I should say. I feel like typically Mario plays very safe, goes for just the, quote, the statistically best play a lot more, whereas I feel like CFalcon is a little more prone to risks, but we're talking minor differences here. Honestly, it's going to be hard to split these two, but it has to happen today, so I'm excited to see how it happens.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that this match is taking place in losers bracket round 2.
Right?
You can say that about a lot of matches that have happened this tournament.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
this has been very very stacked, very topsy-turvy in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Mario beat Martin in losers bracket in the previous round. Another very high-end match. I won't go into spoilers, but there was another big match earlier today between two top players.
Oh yeah,
it's just the whole bracket is absolutely packed at this point, and yeah, one of them has to get eliminated here at 1 and 2 overall, but I mean, it just speaks volumes to how much the community's stepped up over the last couple of years, and also to the fact that these two have stayed at that level over those years. Notably, CFalcon did drop down to the Challenge Cup bracket for Season 4, and then got back up to the main bracket for Season 5, and then obviously is back here again now, so just keeping that consistent level while everyone else is also just stepping up and raising that bar. And yeah, I guess we haven't mentioned yet, we have a horse start, we have Epona, and Spirit Medallion is fine, it's a medallion, I guess.
Yeah, it's halfway to lax.
And, okay, yeah, I wasn't 100% there, but yeah, we have adult start as well, so should see We've seen some splits with adult start, weirdly. I don't think opponents will do it, but...
No.
We're going
Alright, double med check.
2 pedestal readers. Very nice.
Perfect unison as well.
And we see that Mario's the faster reader.
Right? It's wild seeing how much time people can gain or lose just on reading quickly.
Spirit,
Vanilla.
Gabu, Dodongos, Deku, and Water.
Yep. Yeah, Shadow Pot.
Okay, got the hints. I was a little worried there. Mario went through them again very quickly, and I didn't catch them.
I
got
did
them on
catch them.
CFalcons.
I did catch them, but I didn't want to talk over.
Nothing too useful in those hints though. No paths, no super relevant items or anything.
No.
Yeah, we're not really getting into the logic of the seed yet. The most we have to go on is this opponent's start, but I'd imagine it's not going to come into play for quite a little bit of time.
Yeah, I don't think either of these riders are bold enough to try to go to GTG with nothing.
Yeah.
Right, like I kind of mentioned in the pre-race, I think CFalcon is a little more prone to risks, but a little. He's like, they are still both fairly similar players. They are both going to play very consistently, at least in the early game, and it'll be in the later game where we might see those risks come into play a bit more.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a risky player. He's not a moron. Oh,
Yeah,
shot in the grotto.
Here for it.
Yeah, so gotta assume bomb bag over in Kokiri Forest, but just a question of how you get there and how quickly you get there. Song is so good.
What is this from?
64, DK64, I think.
Oh, okay.
Well, Serenade's not gonna... Oh, that might do some little bit more.
Okay. That's huge.
Yeah, so K-Sword definitely more likely to see like a child Kokiri Forest instead of adult Kokiri Forest. Oh, we got the K-Sword too.
And just grab your bomb bag on the way through there and then go through Lost Woods, go back adult, Dodongo's Cavern. We might have a pretty linear first 30 plus minutes here.
What is it, season 3?
Yeah, we swapped to adult start, and that's about it.
I shouldn't say that. That's so rude. I didn't even think about like how mean that was.
No, to be fair, okay, I think I have a negative reputation in the community for liking the older settings more. I actually love these tournament settings. I think these are really, really good.
Yeah, no, this is a lot of fun. Season 3 suits me better. That's fair.
That's fair.
Tannerin, we don't use the J word.
Already some Dampe bullying on Mario's side here to give CFalcon a bit of time back.
I think that spot when you're at the ledge, that would be the meanest spot for the fire.
Yeah, I've gotten hit like at the bottom of the ledge, but like not trying to go up or anything.
Oh, and get knocked back down off it. Yeah.
That would suck, yeah. So we got a save quit out of Mario. I would expect the same out of CFalcon. You probably want to rush this Lon Lon and Deku as early as possible. Lon Lon, of course, just because it's a song, but
yeah,
Deku is Deku, and it's a medallion as well, so...
Yeah, and Lon Lon gives you like the perfect opportunity to check your child's save warp as well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would say like with the ability to do Deku and like having Serenade here, we might just see them save warp out of Shooting Gallery. Like I wouldn't be surprised. There's very little places that your save warp could bring you that you wouldn't want to be. And if you end up at one of those places, you just play Serenade anyway.
Shooting gallery though? I definitely
Yeah,
think the silo of Lon Lon is the obvious choice, but
I
I
usually
think that's the common
scum
one.
Shooting
Okay.
Gallery, the 20 rupees, just to see if my save warp is in Lon Lon.
That's fair. I was thinking like if Lon Lon gives you, so obviously the most common warps are. Thought Mario was trying to clip above the door then.
Right.
The most common warps are Kakariko, Kakiri Forest, and the Market, just because they have the most doors. So getting the Lon Lon song in case it's something like Saria's or Minuet even, could be a big deal there.
We're seeing CFalcon pick up the Keaton mask for probably for two reasons. One, don't know what's on Skull Mask yet, and two, the letter on I know for a fact they used the GameCube controller, and that's a real bitch and a time loss to pull out the letter when you're trying to pull out the ocarina.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I've never thought about that.
Yeah, I love the GameCube controller, but the D-pad is the one weakness.
Yeah, Mario with the save warp, CFalcon is gonna walk out. So we'll see
Goron City.
Ooh.
That's not super.
Yeah, no, not where you want to be.
Yeah. Check this one check and then probably Serenade.
If Lon Lon has storms now, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think not that you're playing around, a Goron City save quit, but I always feel like with routing, the big thing is trying to figure out kind of which option could gain you the most. Obviously always difficult when there's so many options in the early game, and it's like, well, yeah, this could save me a bunch of time, but it usually loses me time. And trying to then balance that. And I think different players have...
a little interesting. Sorry to cut you off.
As opposed to...
Like, playing Serenade and going to Lon Lon?
Yeah.
Like, coming down here just to do chickens is...
Red
tunic.
Huh. Yeah, I guess if you played Serenade, took the owl, do Lon Lon from there.
I don't care. Mario's making me happy.
I mean, you can like chickens as much as you want. I don't think it's the time for chickens, but...
I think the issue with chickens is usually getting to Child Kakariko, right? Like,
yeah.
I will say this one for the settings. I don't think changing it from 7 to 4 chickens really does much. I think the issue is getting to Kakariko in the first place. And like... Yeah, it feels, I guess, aggressively early to get here, but...
Yeah, because I mean, like... You've got so much to do right now that, like, you're going to do. I would rather just do those things and see, like, if you get something that you can do in this area other than chickens. Seems like he's not interested in Lon Lon at all.
No.
Yeah.
Going straight to the forest.
And obviously he doesn't know this, but yeah, the song there didn't turn out to be relevant. It wasn't Storms, It wasn't Saria's, it wasn't...
It was the worst song in the game.
Yeah, nothing that does much of anything until we're, looking at taking that horse across the Gerudo Valley and onwards.
Yeah.
And Falcon also opting to walk out.
I don't dislike the walking out of Goron City here to peek this, but then, yeah, this is where I think
three
Midos.
Mido's
Three
actually stacked.
Okay.
irons.
Alright.
Okay.
Scale.
And a scale.
Child irons.
And a
Hold
rang.
on. So
This is-
Kakiri Forest to King Dodongo has irons, scale, and boomerang?
Maybe there's a bomb bag here as well. Let's just wait.
What? Yeah, no, we're holding, but
Yeah. What is this? I mean,
Like-
maybe like your
what?
first bomb bag's behind Forest Med or something.
yeah, I mean, yeah, Jabu having it would make some sense at this point.
But definitely not what Mario probably expected to
No.
see. Especially when you walk in and you see like 3 big chests, you're probably like, okay, at least one of these is bomb bag. But
Or would have wanted to see, right?
yeah.
Like, at this point, you're going up into Lost Woods after Deku Tree. You want your bomb bag. You can just clear out Lost Woods while you're there, pretty much.
Mhm.
CFalcon out here fighting Gyarados or something, I guess.
Goddamn fish.
I was trying to think of like any fish that your Gen 1 rival has, and I think it's
Gen
just
1, yeah.
yeah, it's like the only water types are Gyarados or Blastoise.
Seeking.
Oh yeah, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. I had to do the double take
Well,
on
one
the
of the-
stream feed, but yeah.
Yeah, I believe that was Water River was a key.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I know I had to do the double take on it, but it was. Oh, we got a Goron Lullaby player. I see, yeah. I forget CFalcon
Yeah.
does that.
Light
40
arrows
was
on
what?
40? Lights on 40?
Okay, okay.
40
Skull
not dead,
seeds.
40 very much alive.
Skull seeds are always interesting. It's a late skull seed, so
Mhm.
it won't be one where they're like actively pushing for it aggressively or anything, but one that's just, you know, a little test of efficiency. How well
Yeah.
do you measure your skulls out? How well do you realize which ones you can get away with skipping as you go?
Yeah, I actually love watching seeds where it's just lights on one of the skull counts, because it's just so interesting seeing like how neatly they tie it up at the end.
Oh, well, thanks, game.
Amazing hint.
You kind of figured that out already. Oh,
Oh, come on, letter.
Strength.
Okay.
Strength is good. We need a couple of those.
Well, at least 2.
So, I don't think we're going to see much in Deku here, weirdly. That path to King Dodongo has me kind of, I don't know. It's, considering how much of the game is locked by bombs, and the fact that we have a path to King Dodongo, I'd be pretty surprised if we got much more in this early game.
Yeah, me too, but like maybe we get like storms off Saria's and that gives us the bomb bag, but
Yeah, potentially.
besides that, like we're really looking at a scale and a boomer and iron boots. Like,
Well, if nothing else, it's at least a healthy seed.
yeah,
Mario having 5 hearts within 15 minutes.
oh, this song's really nice.
Yeah, I believe this is from Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
I'm still just thinking of the implications of this path bomb bag at this point. Like, it's not just
river, honestly. Like,
it's not just the fact that it's Kokiri Forest with all those items and nothing else yet. It's also the fact that it's on the path. Like, the bomb bag is path, which also has a lot of implications.
Oh, it's just gonna be bomb bag at the top of river, no biggie. Oh, hey. Skip. This B1 skip. Oh. That was a YOLO.
Unbuffered. Very nice.
I'm not gonna lie, I've started trying to like zone out CFalcon's music because otherwise I'm just gonna spend the whole the whole race trying to figure out where every song is from.
Alright, so next steps, I think we're pretty much guaranteed to see like a Lost Woods into River into Domain with these items and like the paths and stuff.
Head up, get your song, and then just head back down. Be interested to see if either of them opt to skip Lost Woods until after the song. There's some merit to that if you think, if you get Saria's, Storms, Sunsong even. In fact, Sunsong in particular is really good for just being able to just route the Lost Woods a little more efficiently than you would without it.
Yeah, normally I would say no, but because they're probably exiting River, I would say it's pretty likely.
Yeah, I think if you're playing a warp song out, it's not worth it. But in this situation, you're not. You're walking back down to Lost Woods, so yeah I think...
Barn City Hammer was dead?
Yeah. We're not getting many useful hints here. We've had 5 of our 7 sometimes hints already, and 4 other hints.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
The memory game's being schizophrenic. It doesn't know what it wants to play. It tried to be Sun Song, but then tried to be Song of Storms at the same time.
I guess the one thing we do know here is that the remaining path hints will be Jabu Water Spirit. If the Jabu one is Kokiri Forest, then that's very unfortunate.
Yeah. If we got it soon, it could provide maybe a little bit more insight into the King Dong, because then it's like, okay, well, maybe Boomerang's just not it, although I guess that's not terribly helpful.
Yeah, I guess it depends, because if that's in River, I guess it depends on if the bomb bag is in River, as kind of suspect at this point. Because if it is, then it's just like, okay, well, doesn't matter at that point, everything already makes sense.
Bolero is not incredibly helpful.
No.
At least not this second.
Copy of GC Hammer.
Bolero does at least give some more efficient routing as adult. Between having Bolero and the hookshot, and we're assuming we'll probably have a bomb bag by that point, you can just kind of very efficiently route through. That was a burning cat, Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah, okay, so...
And 50 dead.
Jabu does lock ZL, so these items lock ZL. These items that we found in Mido's house.
ZL is bomb locked.
That is true.
That's intriguing right now, though, with... Because now you're talking about going to early river, at which point you'd want to go to domain. And I guess domain is in logic with Serenade. In fact, we might see Mario play Serenade to go to domain up to river from there.
Skullmass dead.
Let's go.
Magic!
Mario!
And he's walking up.
Okay. This is quick.
So yeah, I think it's correct to do the sorry, I'm like getting lost in these songs. I think it's correct to do the river play here before like domain lake, just because you can buy that bean and get it set up in lake. Like Top of Lab and
true,
Adult Fishing are like contenders for bomb bag at this point. So
you have a hook shot though.
Yeah, you have a
that's
hook
true.
shot.
That's true. Yeah, never mind. They are not. I lied. I was testing you. That looks
That's a bomb bag.
baggy.
We called it!
Yeah.
Was it Kakiri Force to Morpha?
Morpha!
Amazing. Iron Boots. Incredible. This is...
Wow.
Oh.
Very nice grab with the boomerang. And I'd imagine we're gonna... If he clears lake here, it's fine, but I think this is like he's just gonna go back adult as soon as possible.
Yeah, probably.
Right now, like, you just kind of want to do your progression, I think, and just try to get as many checks as you can along the way, hoping to find the letter, or just, like, stumble into the letter. And, like, Goron City, DMT, into, like, DC is just a really good way to do a lot of checks. Also, he hasn't done Lon Ranch yet.
Yeah, I forgot he hasn't done Lon Lon. I was about to comment on Mario being ahead, and I was like, oh, right, Lon Lon. Yep, never mind. Yo, people have been adding Toho music to this now? Oh.
What do you mean now? Toho music has been in here forever.
Not when I was using it. It wasn't there when I last played.
In fact, one track had to be taken out because of copyright.
Oof. Oof.
And it's the one you might think would be taken out.
Yeah. There's like one song that I know from that game, and it's probably the one that everybody... And I don't even know what it's called, but I know.
Embodiment Scarlet Devil.
Yeah, the stupid fucking Ronald McDonald.
You and Owen? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no one was
Yeah.
Embodiment Scarlet Devil is the game. Right.
I just, like, I can't ever hear that song without thinking of Ronald McDonald. Yeah.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. So we'll see what the time difference between the two runners is once Mario's out of Lon Lon. So right now it does... I want to talk... It looks like Mario's ahead right now, and I want to say it's an execution difference, but honestly, I just think it's that Mario has been faster at reading.
Also,
Hints are flying by the pedestal. He's been so quick on all of it.
One big thing to consider here in terms of like who's ahead is I don't think Mario's making it to Temple of Time before night.
Right.
No, but
actually,
at least it's enough checks to where he can buy that time.
Because like in these areas, it does get like orange sky before it's late out. Like, it's... I don't know. I always find time of day really weird. Especially just, like, trying to judge by how it looks.
He's
Yeah,
gonna try.
This isn't a very long walk. I think it'll be okay. And at least this is like a good
but
setup
it's
for.
close.
This is a good setup
The
for
owl
night
takes
market.
so long to walk.
Catching?
Like to get up.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
And you just wait at the... No? Okay, not even. Like you say, this is a really good, like, efficient routing of Richard in particular here. Definitely a check we've seen get isolated a lot in these settings. Sometimes very difficult to just kind of find your way there, especially without Sunsong.
What are the chances he put off Lon Lon on purpose, knowing that, like, Lon Lon into market is just the perfect amount of time of day for it to be nighttime when you get in here?
If this is a planned out route, this is incredible. Considering he walked from Goron City down to Kakariko earlier. I guess after that they beat Deku, so...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, he knew he was gonna get the time of day reset.
Yeah, maybe that's
like,
consistent.
The Deku, like, post-Deku time of day is something that a lot of older runners are used to. So, like, I don't know. It's not impossible that, like, he could have just planned this all out, but...
I'd be curious to ask him later. That's actually one I might make a note of, because I'd be curious to find out.
We got eyes on the bomb bag for CFalcon here. Looks like he's gonna go and grab a chicken, so we will get to see the rest of these river checks, as well as probably domain at this rate, if he's grabbing
Probably
the chicken.
not domain.
Really? Because otherwise I think he would just boomerang and then never have to come back up there.
I mean, if you're going to do domain, surely you do that via Serenade? I imagine this is picking up the grotto to not come here as adult later. Also, buying beans.
Yeah, I mean, still haven't gone out to...
Okay, weird question. Is there ever a world where you play Bolero here as child?
Yes.
With hookshot? Well, I guess, yeah, to see what the item is, yeah. That would
Yeah, and plant the beam for it, potentially.
I am a big fan of Bolero Bean, personally. But usually it's, like, in the absence of hookshot.
Well,
It's a red rupee.
just a rupee up there on Mario's side.
And that was Saria's. I missed it. It was Saria's.
Interesting.
What was that?
That
I
looked
could not see
bodily, but...
anything.
Well,
That camera moved very quickly in a lot of directions.
It looked very bodily to me, but I don't know.
I love the word bodily.
Bodily.
Spinning pot dead.
That's good.
Down to what? Oh,
Hammer!
okay, that does at least make sense, right? Path bomb bag. Makes sense that the hammer is locked behind it.
Yeah, considering like the other bomb bags are probably, I mean, they have to be hidden behind this bomb bag, but a lot of those checks are shared with hammer.
Fire arrows on 30.
Yeah.
I really wish 50 had been ice arrows at this point. Like, it still would have just been dead, but like, if we got the full trifecta...
That's
oh, it's a sling?
slingshot. Okay.
Okay.
That's kind of bodily.
That's not even close!
Right, guys? Right. Somebody agree with me.
It's the wrong direction.
Please just agree.
Bottles are fat at the bottom, slingshots are fat at the top.
I need this right now, please.
So our letter is probably bomb locked. That doesn't tell us anything because half the game is bomb locked, but oh, see, Dodongo's Cavern here from Mario. Kind of like I mentioned it earlier, but like I really think getting Bolero that early was really, really valuable, just because it makes this routing so efficient.
Mm-hmm. Oh hey, it's domain. Remember?
God damn it.
I was right about something.
You know what? I'm going to say the line for the sake of CFalcon's sake. Dang it, Bobby.
Yeah, Domain, this play is just being very thorough, getting through a lot of these child checks before going back adult, which I think is fun.
Sacred Forest Meadow Path Twin Rover. What we get there? Bolero, which is nothing?
Bolero, yeah. Which led to...
Oh, nothing? So it's not Bolero.
Yeah. So whatever the adult song is, or Wolf
Gotta be
Folk.
Requiem. It's going to be Requiem, isn't it?
Probably. Which is, once again, thank you, game. Please publish
Hey, it
the
hasn't,
song
it's
path.
not confirmed yet. Don't get mad at the game yet. Get mad at the game in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, that is all 5 path hints, and if it's Requiem there, none of them are useful.
Well, what if you like forgot to open a chest in Midos or something?
Just didn't talk to Anju, like.
Oh dang, whoops.
I've seen it done. I've seen people not talk to Anju. It's possible.
So CFalcon probably hoping letter is gonna be right here. And it's not. But that's stick upgrade, which is pretty useless with Cook Your Sword this early, but probably gonna plant just the Bolero bean. Not much use for the lake one, as we pointed out earlier.
Opting not to plant it here either. I guess that makes sense with the hook shot. I can't. Is it actually faster to take the bean? It must be, right?
All the way to the top? Yeah.
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 Oh, I love this trick.
Oh, we're gonna see the
Balda
Boulder of Destiny. Ooh. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, like I don't disagree with being this thorough. You basically have a letter out there somewhere on some available check that's going to lock like half the seed at this point. Well, like it locks ZL, which is pretty important. You probably need it for water, probably need it for spirit. So like you're probably not getting much of anywhere without that ZL, like outside of these DC Jabu, whatever.
Yeah, I guess like we're only 30 minutes in, but it's kind of already been a lot in this seed. Zelda's Lullaby is on Burning Kakariko, so we know that Jabu locks ZL, which is pretty rare. But the hints for it are Zora's River leads to Baronade. And we got a bomb bag in Zora's River. So it's just going to be letter has to be bomb locked somewhere.
Yeah.
And otherwise, the hints have been pretty useless. It's like 2 Kokiri Forest ones, a Kakariko one for talking to Anju, and then we have a Sacred Forest Meadow to Twin Rover that we've not seen yet, but I'd be pretty shocked if it wasn't just Requiem.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, otherwise we have no information on Strength 2, Mirror Shield, Long Shot. So it's just... I guess...
Oh, I got it all figured out, guys. Okay.
Oh, no.
So the Wolfos Grotto is going to have our letter, and it's going to lead to Requiem and Ice. And also ZL is required for Spirit, probably.
It's not even the worst thing you could have said.
That's my game theory. So there you go.
Oh, okay, there we go. That's the worst thing you could have said.
I was gonna make a serious comment, so I guess I'll. I think the big thing here is knowing that skulls are on 40 skulls has light arrows. Lights are on 40. So I guess the big thing here is that you're gonna end up. Oh, I thought I was setting up as though it's the bomb to there, and just. So I guess at this point it's like you're gonna have most of the game open and just a few items missing, figure out where to go. I guess the biggest thing there is like, okay, you want to go to places that also have skulls so that you're still able to push towards that 40 on the way.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. I do think like SFM Forest Temple is going to be one of those places probably very soon, especially like we don't have a bow to really make Forest a breeze, but we do have Song of Time, which makes it not terrible. Yeah, like at least you can get the skulls while you're there, which is the main thing. Oh, wallet?
Useless at this point.
So my question here is that like, if we know letter has to be bomb locked. Oh no, CFalcon having to make a long climb back up just by being like a fraction too far to the left. Sorry, I cut myself off. We know the letter has to be bomb locked. Is there ever a world here where you do something like make a play towards Lost Woods or I don't even know what else. Not Lost Woods, sorry, Hyrule Field.
Oh yeah,
or
sure.
Kind of just like start aggressively pushing those bomb locked checks. Maybe even going towards like Gerudo Training Grounds because one of the keys is hammer locked and our hammer was bomb locked. So, kind of pushing those bomb locked checks a little more aggressively in the early game, knowing that the letter has to be behind them and Zelda's Lullaby has to be behind that green hammer.
That's the most green hammer I've ever seen. The greenest hammer. So yeah, of course, like Mario doesn't have that info. That info was in River, right? So, I wonder what Mario's gonna do after this 10 skulls check. Like, I do think you're correct in like CFalcon's routing following DC. Like I would definitely just be pushing the bomb lock stuff pretty aggressively. Like Lost Woods into Hyrule Field I think is a pretty good bet.
Right, I guess a big part of this as well is wanting to go up and whether you have the hint for Sacred Forest Meadow or not, songs are good. Going up and getting your song as a priority seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's kind of big.
Changes. Oh, is that a good thing?
I don't know, because you can go GTG, but like, why would you? And like,
you can go to Forest. Like you were probably already considering Forest, but now it's like. Now you've got that question of like, do I full clear it? Do I bail early? Where do I bail? Like,
oh, jeez.
I feel like you'd almost rather find that later and just be like, the choice was made for me. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, we had a bow on 10, fire arrows on 30, light arrows on 40.
The ice arrows are definitely on 20, right?
I hope so.
Like they weren't on 50, so it's got to be 20.
I don't remember what it was on 50. Was it a bundle of arrows? Please tell me it was a bundle of arrows.
Nut upgrade or 20 nuts or something. It was nuts.
Damn.
That's the wrong shield for CFalcon.
It kind of hurts me to see shieldless DCs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shield dropping bombs is so good.
Oh, we're gonna see some Iron Boot strats here from Mario.
Oh, that's so scary, though. Remind me, the hard lock happens when you try to dive there.
I think it's like when you dive and like go off the edge or something. There's something to it. It's like more than just diving, but I can't remember what it is exactly. But diving is a part of it. So this was the what river path? The Baronade? Yeah. Okay.
So now they have the same information. It's just a question of how they play around that. And yeah, Mario making a way up to SFM. Getting some skulls on the way through here, which is going to be really, really nice to have later on.
Yeah, routing up river made it nighttime, so like all of these skulls in here are available, which is really, really nice.
You can grab the one in Sacred Forest Meadow as well, which is a really easy one to get.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, yeah, we'll have a better idea of the path to Twin Rover. We'll see another bomb locked check in Sacred Forest Meadow. And then the question then is just where you go from there.
And then we have the obligatory See Ya Nerd. Can you hit this with the bow?
You can, yeah.
You definitely can. I don't remember how precise it is though.
But that's not where the skull is, though.
Left, yeah. It's in my experience, it's pretty.
Oh my god!
There you go.
Oh, I've not seen that set up for the hook shot before.
Yeah.
I've always just done back.
Oh, gee, wow. All right, Mario. Okay. Learning new things today, I guess.
They don't have enough money for the scrub, though. Hmm. 11 short.
Grab a couple of fives here. Another one going. Oh, I guess you do the grotto first in case it's money.
Grotto first. Also, Sacred Forest Man is still way to hero.
It's letter. So obvious, guys. I mean, well, it could be not letter.
It's a really small letter.
It's like, yeah. It's very, like, small chance it's letter, actually.
I will say, for what it's worth, I think that Lostwood Skull is a really good one to get because it's not a big detour. There are a lot of worse skulls in dungeons, and people tend to, I think, overvalue the dungeon ones.
Mm-hmm.
I just have never seen the bow shot that Mario did or that hook shot angle that Mario did. Like, I've seen different ways to get it with a hook shot and a bow, but not from there for sure. I'm sorry, I'm admiring Anxious Heart, yeah. We also got some FF8 music earlier in the mask shop, so... Wow! Requiem, beautiful.
Wow.
Well,
what for one
surprised.
So what that does mean is, at this point, your hints are done. Okay, I'm gonna bring up one of my, I don't know, semi-contentious takes. I feel like at least one of you two will agree with me, if not both. having useless hints doesn't mean it's a casino. It means they're going to be relying on statistical best plays as opposed to their hints. But we still have a lot of very strong options available at various points of the game and a lot of logic to read within this.
Yeah, like I'll agree that this doesn't necessarily make it a casino. It mostly just, I guess, comes down to, like, I don't know. For me, like, casino is more of like a feeling thing and not like, I don't know.
Give me a minute, guys. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm very much of the opinion that a casino seed is where you've done your good options with no direction other than statistical best play, and then you have to pick the kind of best of the bad options. Like, that's the casino point to me. But if it's like, you know, oh, my hints don't tell me anything, and I can go to Stone Forest, Stone Fire, or Gerudo Training Grounds, I'm like, well, that's not a casino then. One of these plays is better than the other two combined.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, the item is then not in GTG, and then you get the casino.
So you can't actually, like, set your item colors right now, right? Like, you still can't do that. It just so happens that, like, almost all of its items are green.
Everything is, like, green or pink.
Yeah, you had, like, the pink Kokiri sword, and then everything's just, like, the grossest, greenest hammer ever.
The Kokiri sword matches the heart color, though.
Oh, yeah. For the magic.
Also, I'm very biased on the casino front. Child Goron City, always a casino. One of the worst plays in the game, in my opinion.
But GG Big Roll. I mean, he's a contender for letter at this point. Like, I think
it is. Like, right now, it's not a bad play, honestly. But yeah.
I think.
I mean, like, yeah. I think you gotta push bomb locked checks. I think you might not be wrong there, honestly.
Like, you gotta. I'm struggling to think of stuff that's left. Like, maybe like Deeper Child Spirit. There's Hyrule Field, the BMO's chest in GTG, potentially something in the maze, just by extension.
The logic, and the hammer was also locked, so Gerudo Valley, Hammer Rocks would be another one.
Fire Temple. Yeah,
that's about where we're at. But that's about it. Mm-hmm. We're kind of low on options past that.
Anything I missed?
No.
A forest dip with nothing yet. I'm a little surprised to see Mario in Forest, for what it's worth. For the exact reasons we're talking about here, right? But then, I guess we're also saying, oh, and then you're in the situation where you're looking for 3 items and just have no direction whatsoever. Maybe Mario's already read that far ahead and is going, okay, they could just be in here, I'll do it now.
Yeah, and I mean, skulls are good. Maybe you find like I don't know, like strength 2 or something, and you can do something interesting with that. Like, we're still missing other items, so it's not... Like, if you're looking for skulls anyway, it's not bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, this is just like a short, like, skull dip, based on the fact that, like, you went to Child Climb, the climbing room where you climb and, like, jump down to Floor Master that way, like, to begin with, whereas, like, normally you might just do it at the end. So yeah, we've got a Requiem. If Storms is here, that opens up like a couple more bomb lock checks.
Yeah, storms would be pretty good for bottom of the well access for sure. I think what the worst thing at this point would be in its
like logic for fire arrows and like letter in wasteland.
Gross.
Yeah, okay,
that might be the
would
worst
be bad.
thing.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Okay. You can do.
I guess.
But like I think you're more likely to do like Hyrule Field, Child Spirit.
Okay, I thought.
It's the reverse. We're getting Gerudo area already. This is.
I mean, it's technically been available since the start of the seed, so.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I like it.
Has bomb locked checks, like we were saying. I think there's a lot of value to this. Yeah. And then from here, he can go down, do Adult Lake towards. Actually, did he set?
He didn't
go to Lake as Child, did he? Okay.
Because I was thinking like it would be better to go to Lake first and like set Scarecrow, but yeah, like he hasn't even set it as Child, so.
But then can still pick up.
Fortress.
Yeah.
A little spooky.
But then he can go over to Valley Hammer Rocks, which is logically bomb locked. And then from there could go towards Hyrule Field, pick up those other bomb lock checks there. Kind of basically this route in reverse, I guess.
Yeah. I wonder what we're gonna see CFalcon do. I think like you just dip forest always just to get these skulls, but after that, like I wouldn't hate seeing a fire dip, even though I think fire is like one of the worst locations in the game. I really would not hate it in this scenario.
Yeah. I'd want it to be after okay, so I rate Hyrule Field very highly. I will say that one. I know not everyone does. I would want to see. So Gerudo Training Grounds, I think, is your #1 priority at this point. Every time, it's just so efficient already, and also has those bomb locked checks. I would want to see Field before Fire on the grounds that they're reasonably fast checks. You're still missing an OOT hint at this point. Not that I think it could be much at this point, but knowing it's Storms could be a big one. And then after that, I think that's the point where you would consider Fire. Fire's not a play I'm big on though, so.
Yeah, like generally same, but I actually think it's good here. Like just based on like the items and whatnot, but there's definitely like an argument for everything else. I think Hyrule Field is probably also like my top priority at this point, but I would definitely have Fire on my mind right now. Try. Some life advice for you all. Don't try.
Wow!
If you don't try, you can't feel bad about failing.
The most relatable lines in Rando: don't try and I want to quit.
Yeah. No, Mario. Oh, he's like...
They have a hint. They have a hint.
Yeah.
I know. I was saying don't get 1500.
Oh.
It looked like he was trying to go for it.
Oh, he got topped off.
Oh.
Then he was at 1 rupee, so is it really off?
You can afford to get into GCG now.
I mean, he always just stole the 20 rupees on top of the banner.
Huh?
I forget that's there. I always forget that's there.
I didn't know that was there. I still don't know
Yeah,
that's there. I
like,
don't know what you're talking
shoot
about.
it. There's
So-
like the
Oh.
banner. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so leading up to horseback archery, there's 2 banners. The top one, if you hook shot it, has 20 rupees. But you have to do it from the bottom part.
Okay.
I used to do that in vanilla.
I definitely did not know about that one in vanilla.
Yeah, me
I don't think
neither.
it was until I played Master Quest that I even considered just randomly shooting things because of Water Temple.
That's like if you ever watch Majora's Mask Glitchless, like first cycle from somebody who's like contending world record. It's so bizarre seeing like all the things you can shoot to get rupees. It's just like, okay, like go into like East Clock Town, shoot these 2 baskets for 3 rupees each, and then like shoot the clock and shoot like it's like what? Like why are there just rupees everywhere?
Was that a big chest? I think it
I
was, but it's
could
hard to
not
tell.
see.
There was a link in the way.
Yeah. So hammerlock, nothing? I don't think that's a key. Keys are pretty easy to spot now.
Yeah, was there a key on Beamos?
Oh, man.
Yes?
Okay, so 1 bomb locked key right now.
No?
Maybe? No? Okay.
I don't
no
know.
bomb
I
locked
said yes.
keys right now,
VXR
then.
says no. I trust VXR.
Can you
Yeah,
repeat the question?
I-
You're not the boss of me now?
I'm gonna see a toilet.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to figure out what CFalcon's Desert Colossus music was. I'm sure I know that and I can't place it.
I would have tried to help, but
It definitely sounds.
Oh, is it Metroid?
Yeah, Metroid.
Ah.
it's okay. I'll hear it when he goes valley.
So yeah, this is a very early toilet dip here. Surprising.
Yeah. I guess, like, when you can't do Strength 2 room anyway, like, you're not gonna have
Right.
an accurate key count, so...
It was nothing.
Alright, so this could be a big difference on CFalcon's side as well. A little bit behind in terms of just movement and hint reading at this point. But Mario didn't set up Scarecrow. CFalcon did, spend a little bit of extra time as child enabling these checks. So if this is relevant, then that's a potential way to gain back some time and probably kind of gain an advantage here.
It's possible. Plus, like, the way he's routing this, because he has set up Scarecrow, is, like, he's gonna do Field, which is a very likely contender for Letter at this point, so I think it's possible we just see a Letter straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly enough keys.
Okay. And he hasn't done, like, left side at all, so if there's 2 keys there, then logically there's exactly enough keys, which, I mean, could indicate that this is somehow, but
No.
it's
How we go.
just... it's a meme, everybody.
Well, it's technically not.
Well,
It's not part of meme percent. It's not a meme.
yeah, but whoever came up with that...
Is that not part of...
It's
I'm
not.
not even the memers. like I'm pretty anti-meme as far as this kind of stuff goes, and even I would put it in that. Like, how is that not part of it? I don't get
That
it.
it's actually useful?
Isn't Nehru's Love included? Nehru's Love is more useful than Double Defense ever is. Okay, that's not true, but that's okay.
That's a take.
They're about as bad as
You
each
were
other.
grasping at straws there.
They're about as bad as each other, okay?
Well, what about Stone of Agony? Tells you where they go.
It used to be useful.
Oh yeah.
The first pickup race I ever won was because I used Nehru's Love on Bongo, so maybe I just have the soft spot for it.
Does anybody remember season 1 Stone of Agony?
Oh.
Is anybody around for that?
Like 2.5 hours. I remember watching it all and playing. That's where I started playing, but not in quals and stuff. And I just remember like 2.5 hours in, you find a Stone of Agony and you just like cry because you suddenly have like you'd go around reading every hint, not because it was good to go and read every hint, but because if you found that 50 skulls was required at that point and you were on 6, you just forfeited. So you'd read all the hints just to make sure.
Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, a Stone of Agony used to unlock, like you used to not be able to read hints without Stone of Agony, which was something. And like typically you'd think the extra information really, really good, but as it turns out, usually the player who found the Stone of Agony first would lose, which is not how you'd expect that to play out.
That Mario didn't flip the switch. Oh, speaking of memes, Greg!
Oh, it's not.
And I'm the only one that'll be happy about it. At least on this team.
Hey, you're right. Wow.
Just give it a different name every seed, it's fine.
Yeah, I think last time I was on comms it was Jeremy or something. I'm feeling Ezekiel today.
Is that
big chest here?
Well,
Okay, well, I mean that's a little
that
time save, you
okay.
know?
That does now mean that Letter could be on Big Pose because that bottle is logically bomb locked.
It's true.
It's unlikely, but it's possible.
It was
did not
dark
see
in the
anything.
waterfall. Oh. Minuet as ice.
Yeah. Wait, how many songs do we even have left then? Suns, Prelude, Storms?
Yeah.
2 locked by... Well. Wait.
3
One on Prelude.
Letter,
3 songs locked
One
by
locked
letter.
by Zelda's Lullaby.
Oh, they're all locked by letter.
And 1 on OOT.
So interesting.
Nothing helpful from Field, so we are going to see double fire, it looks like.
Awesome.
Given the Child Goron City comments earlier, I feel really bad saying this. I feel like I'd want to do that before fire.
Really? Like including like the time changes and everything? And like
So, I guess there's the argument that you're going to find Letter, so being Child at the end is good, but I don't know. I don't like fire. I'm even in this scenario, I really don't like fire.
it's like in terms of number of checks that could potentially have letter in like the whole game right now, this is like I don't know, 75% of them.
I mean, it does depend on how much is available early and whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're only getting 1 check in Grand City anyway, aren't you?
Yeah.
For some reason I'm thinking it's 2. I'm thinking they have Dins because they logically have access to a fire source. Those are two very different things.
Oh, yeah. Classic fire trap.
Oh, Spinning Pot was hinted.
Yes,
That is true, yeah.
Hints. Reading is difficult, and there are
Not from
many,
Mario.
many reasons I am on the commentary side and not the runner side. Mostly my inability to remember hints.
Just write them down. It's fine.
If I don't read them.
Also, this could be a little bit scary for Mario, considering he doesn't have Pierre set up.
Yeah, also, side note, CFalcon just overtook on that Flare Dancer fight single-handedly there. Like, CFalcon has now done more and is ahead.
It's a little...
Oh, never mind, it has done more. I
this
guess
can't be
has done
low.
different things, GTG versus Late.
It's not funny, Core. Stop laughing at every item.
No, but it is always funny when that appears in a goddamn big chest.
Yeah, that's a little funny. Oh yeah, Mario did lose his shield.
Right, that'll be it, yeah.
Put it that way, but...
So yeah, fire entirely hammerlocks. This is a lot of checks and a decent few skulls here. Mario hitting 20 there.
Yeah.
There's no world where 20's ever bomb locked, right? We had
I was just thinking
too many
that,
items too early.
Hook rang, like...
Right?
And like, with like strength and hammer and stuff. Or, I mean, the hammer's bomb locked, but...
Pretty sure scale and rang is enough to make 20.
Yeah.
And a hookshot alone as well, I think, also is.
Yeah.
Especially with
Like,
like the Taria song and stuff.
Yeah, at that point, you get to 30 without a bomb bag.
Yeah.
Also, Mario's back ahead because of that. Because that horrible room with the skull.
The tiles were bullying CFalcon a little, yeah. Also, yeah, I guess, just quickly, I guess if scale boomerang hookshot is more enough to get 30, then that also rules out the firelocks checks. Not that we can access those yet anyways, in logic, but
yeah, I mean, if that's true, then that's true.
I'd assume that's
Wise
the case
words.
at the very least.
That's not the best way to word them. I think you know what I meant. Anyway, we're here in Fire Temple.
So I guess to kind of play to chat a little bit with this one. Who was it who was calling this a jet earlier? Because
Everyone.
Because someone tells me not quite the case.
Mario is so clean.
I can only do that partially. I can't do the actual drop the bomb in midair.
Yeah, that one's pretty spicy.
Like, I can do everything in that trick except that.
Oh, man.
Nothing on top of me.
Okay, that was a small chest. How does... I don't understand how people can see stuff that quickly.
With that one, like you have to try to do it as quick as you can so you can make this boulder cycle, which she ended up bonking beside the chest, so didn't make it anyway. But
yeah. What?
I know there's a lot of talk.
Free the Goron!
Okay, that one I can get behind.
Yeah, that's a good meme.
Where's my girlfriend?
I was gonna say, like, obviously, there's a lot of comments in terms of like high execution players in the bracket and that kind of thing, and you know, people who are speedrunners versus people who are rando mains and that kind of thing. As far as the rando mains go, Mario might be the best on execution. Definitely up there as one of the top contenders at the very least.
I would agree with that statement, yes. Yeah, Mario's cracked. You're right. Also, big chest in the map chest there, which he could just get from the end, but he's...
Oh yeah, I remember this conversation at SGL when we were talking about Kevin going on top of it.
It's the ladder. I was right.
You're right.
I'm just gonna shut up.
Sorry, no. Turns out, if you throw enough predictions out there, one of them will be right eventually.
What is this, the lottery?
So, yeah.
This is kind of a spooky situation for a seed, because at this point, okay, you got your letter, you're gonna just go child, do Jabu, go adult, get Zelda's Lullaby and another 2 songs, and then what?
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I'm thinking.
For argument's sake, like, there's a 2 in 3 chance that one of those songs is Song of Storms. So for argument's sake, you get Zelda's Lullaby and Song of Storms, and then you just have checks all over the place. I'd assume bottom of the world first, just on density alone. But that means you go adult to get your Zelda's Lullaby and then go straight back child? That doesn't feel good. And otherwise, like, all the Zelda's Lullaby checks just get stranded in so many different locations, fairy fountains all over the place, and these little one-off isolated checks everywhere. How do you route any of that?
Well, Mario was not punished. Yeah, a high five, 7 years apart.
Yep. This seed is, like, pretty wild so far, though. Like, once Mario goes in here and does his domain checks and everything, they're pretty much gonna be, like, neck and neck with, like, CFalcon having a bit of an advantage. It looks like Mario's opting to do fishing here as well.
Well, CFalcon will have done Adult Lake, where Mario's done Gerudo Training Grounds.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's like a bit of a split. I think it's more likely that CFalcon does the stuff Mario's done, rather than Mario doing the stuff CFalcon's done.
Yeah.
Mario's never going back for Pierre and Fire. That one, I think, is pretty safe at this point, so a little bit of a time investment for CFalcon getting up there, but a minor one. I genuinely, like, the bit that gets me here is, after Jabu, it's, you get your Zelda's Lullaby, and I would really want to say bottom of the well, but how do are you really going to go adult just to pick up ZL and then go child again?
I would. Just because there's not really much better things to do.
No,
like maybe
not
like
really.
Child Spirit. Child Spirit's pretty good.
Sure, yeah.
Unless you want to go ice for some reason.
Yeah, get your minuet.
I didn't say it was a good reason.
Yeah.
I'm working under the assumption that storms will be available. It's still a 2 and 3.
Yeah, it's
More
just
likely
AD.
than not, though. Yeah. And I mean, I guess it's the same question even without that. If, either whether you skip Bone Over the Well or whether Storms isn't available or whatever, if you're adult with ZL at that point, where do you go?
Yeah.
I'd imagine Crater Fairy and Trail Fairy are the first stop because there's just 2 in quick succession, but beyond that, Ice? We know Ice has Minuet, though.
I just really think Child Spirit. We know it has a key at the very least. So, or at least Saria's. Wait, what was over there? Nocturne? Nocturne would have to lock.
Yeah.
Long shot or hovers somehow. Or lens.
It could just be key logic for the Requiem, but yeah. Even without one being on child side, it could be map chest or something. There's some
Yeah.
There's always some weird key logic around that, but I guess if you're gonna look at Child Spirit, you would want to do that out of Jabu, right?
I would think so, yeah, because you don't need ZL for it. The only reason you'd go adult first is if you're pretty sure you're gonna get storms, and a 2 and 3 chance is pretty good odds, I guess. Or if you had something better that you wanted to do, which I don't really think you do at this point. There is always the argument for ice though. Even knowing that it's Minuet, you still get your 4 checks plus your 2 checks in Fountain. I guess 3 checks in Fountain because you're picking up ZL as adult, so you won't get the opportunity to do it as adult or as child. And then you get King Zora. It's just 8 checks up here, which is not terrible.
Yeah, definitely not bad.
Which is as much as a forest temple.
Yeah.
And in a fraction of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the other thing with Child Spirit is it's very easy from beating Jabu. You're going to be sat in Zora's Fountain. There are no checks anywhere nearby. Your best way out is to play Serenade to get back to Templar time anyway. Why not play Requiem, get those 2 checks, and then play Serenade?
Yeah, even if you're just doing it for the 2 checks, just in case there's no key on adult side or you need boss key from child side, I think you do those 2 checks out of here.
Well, why would you stop at 2 checks? You have no strength 2. Why not go further?
Not continue and find strength 2 somewhere. That's that's ideal, I think.
Yeah, I would want to do the 2 at least, given the Requiem and just given how kind of, I guess, efficient Spirit can be early, knowing that there's a decent chance you'll need to do it and so on. Maybe save scum the child climb, but I wouldn't want to go further than that, I think, with Zelda's Lullaby and good odds of storms being available. That's just a little too much. But it's definitely one of those ones where it's close enough that I wouldn't question it if they did keep go spirit from here and climb up.
There's not many good options at this exact moment.
Well, so far,
really
Jabu's.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're not really getting much direction out of this Jabu, so...
Well,
Yeah, I love the tricks in Jabu. I think it's a really fun dungeon to execute, but it doesn't really add much to a seed. You go in, you beat it, you leave. You're not getting checks here, really. Can't wait for after all of this. It's just you get your Zelda's Lullaby, you get Song of Storms, and then you go off and you do Bottom of the Well, and you do all these CL locked checks, and then it's just Storms locked in Kokiri Forest, or Frogs 1 or something.
Don't you just hate it when your boomerang accidentally grabs a heart?
Oh yeah. So I don't know. I hate the boomerang. When you go to throw it at the tentacle, it just goes flying way off to the left. Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna say my favorite one is when you throw the boomerang forwards and it just flies up and off, and you're like, it's out of sight. Cool, I'm getting hit. Great. What did I do to deserve any of this?
Targeting the tentacle. Can you just fly at the tentacle, please?
It's like I'm about to get slapped. I'm about to get electrocuted. I almost said executed.
May as well, then.
And these tentacles don't mess around. They do real damage.
Yeah, emotional damage. If your boomerang flies off and one of those tentacles slaps you, I just want to shut off the game. It's so frustrating. Why?
Oh, I think CFalcon got it.
I started considering how fast this backflip thing actually is, as opposed to just rolling upright when the fight starts.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So it's a 2-frame window.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like it just once you see up the angle and all this stuff, and then go through the backflip, which potentially you're gonna fail. Is it even worth it? Do you save time?
This is exactly why I like Jabu as a dungeon. There's just so many things that people are so divided on. So you can watch any you watch 2 races, and the Jabus in those races will look completely different because people just are absolutely divided on the best ways to do Jabu.
I agree with that.
Not doing the crate skip, even though it's free.
Yeah. Everything's free.
Okay, but it actually...
I know,
okay,
but
anyway, I'm not doing it. I'm not.
Yeah, don't, please. No.
Mario will get it, though.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, but how many tries?
1.
It's Mario. Come on.
You two weren't there at SGL. I was watching it live in the arena when he was failing it 10 plus times.
That's the nerves, though. Okay, the actual argument for why for why crate skip is free is that it's the same inputs as B1 skip, and everyone learned that at some point. It's exactly the same inputs, and then you just mash A. Unless you're Zeph and can't mash properly, but, you know, skill issue.
Okay. Called out.
Yeah, I'm on something today with these comms, I'm sorry.
It's just, I think it's the group, like this, the very familiar group of people.
The group dynamic.
Like...
First try! First try! Sorry, carry on.
I'm not going through the time, you figure it out. I'm done helping people. I helped this guy learn how to box skip, and then he calls it shit.
Alrighty, so CFalcon. We'll see if we see a spirit play here. That was definitely one of the big ones we were talking about.
We get a hint. If this is Ocarina of Time hint, like, you can at least get some information out of here, like whether you're going to be getting storms or not. But it's just a Frogs 2 hint.
And what's the other hint we were... Is that... Wait, did we have a Frogs hint? I missed that one. Yeah. Then. Yeah. So are we only missing the OT hint? That's the only one we're missing.
That's wonderful.
The only one that would be useful at this point, and we don't get it.
Mm-hmm. And we are seeing the Requiem as we talked about earlier. So gonna at least do these first 2 checks, possibly go further. I think in CFalcon's shoes though, like you have GTG open as well at this point. Like even if you were to just like take a gamble that you get storms or not, or like if you decided you weren't interested in the gamble at all, like you still have GTG at this point. Like I don't think you should go further than these first 2. But it's hard to say.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard call to make, right? You've got a lot of places where strength 2 could be, and that is the big argument for going through Spirit here. It's one of those ones where if it pays off massively. But I think the odds are against you on it actually being useful.
Ooh, big chest.
Well, it's a good start. You might not have any question about climbing it.
Yeah. I also wonder if, like, at this point, if, like, maybe you just hold out until you have 30 skulls, and then that way you'll have fire arrows when you reverse, and you can check Wasteland on the way.
Fair.
Well, it's not a decision because there's no key.
Very close.
Absolutely no call.
Well, that's good. That's probably for the best.
I love that we spent so long speculating on, like, what if you do this, and what if this happens, and why would you do this thing, and consider this thing, and none of it plays out, ever.
Yeah, just don't think about anything, just... Oh my god, dude.
Always do her safely.
Yeah.
There, Chad. I said the line.
Oh, we didn't say clean Baronade. Sorry for all. That should be like a bingo square at this point.
Oh, it is. That's
clean Baronade.
Oh,
that's 100% on the bingo cards.
Is it though? I haven't checked the recent bingo cards.
That's like
it always used to be, at least. I haven't looked in I mean, I've never looked at them personally, but I know it definitely was because I was around in chat for one of them, and a lot of people memed it up.
Clean Baronade's so good. That's like one of my favorite memes. It's like not even like a real meme, but it's like
that one was back in season 2, and to be fair, it makes sense, right? Baronade is a boss that is very easy to get wrong. And so it's one of those things that's a very easy call to make, is most top runners don't get it wrong at this point, but it's still very easy to get wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, almost every race, one of them will do it perfectly, and clean Baronade. Didn't lose any time here. You can be more you like, I'll just judge you for it. Suns is good. You're going up to the graveyard anyway with that Zelda's Lullaby.
Mm-hmm. And also to grab Zelda's Lullaby.
'Cause, like, 'cause, like, 'cause, 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 'cause,
god. Where is this OT in? And neither of them got boss key in Fire Temple either, which is like it's pretty high up there. So if they have to do AD, it's
Oh god.
a little bit of an investment. I mean, like they had to go up to shortcut anyway, or like at least a map chest to complete the seed, but it'd just be funny if they have to double dip deep fire. Here's our ZL, which we knew would be here. I don't think CFalcon has 30. Maybe hasn't checked 20.
Yeah, I don't think either of them checked 20 yet, so... No? Not even arrows?
Nope.
So I'd imagine he's got like a few things in mind, like if I find storms, I do this. If I don't find storms, I do this. So we'll have to see where we end up. It looks like Mario is going to be exiting here probably to do big pose. He hasn't done like the Boulder of Destiny either.
Right,
And maybe he wants to check Tektite while he's out here. Also setting it for nighttime. Oh, just grabbing skulls.
Grabbing
Maybe
skull,
trying to clean
yeah.
up 30 for composers. I'm not super sure. He's got to be very close. Like I think I saw him at like 26 or 27.
Oh,
29.
Yeah, 29 now then.
So 30 in CAC, yeah.
That makes sense. And surprisingly efficient with them, right? Like,
Oh, it's not
you do have
AD.
storms.
So yeah, this looks like a bottom of the well play. If I had to give my expert opinion, he just got storms, he save warped.
I guess you probably pick up Hyrule Castle on the way out as well. You go Child, you pick up Hyrule Castle, and then you can play Nocturne. I don't think so, actually.
No, so at least like if you're doing Hyrule Castle Fairy, like you can set up time of day while you're doing that, which is I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially now that they have Sunsong with it. And then from there we can go see Bottom of the Well, and that has to give us something, right? We're so starved for checks at this point that I can't imagine a world where it doesn't have anything.
Yeah, like it really feels like we're just gonna see like a strength 2 very soon. Like it feels like that's gonna be the next step.
Yeah, I feel like there's always a world where it's, hovers and dins, but Strength 2 feels like it's for sure the most likely option.
Yeah, we're gonna get the composer's check from Mario here. I'm not sure if CFalcon will choose to do that on his way through Graveyard as Child, because of course you can do the flame storage as Child, but it is a little bit of a time investment when you've already been to the room to grab the song. But he has been playing pretty like thorough and safe up to this point. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see him jump in there.
I typically don't like seeing it, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go in, take a shot at it.
Hopefully he does go in.
Never mind.
Okay, never mind, yeah. Nothing is ever anything.
When was the last time we had a useful item in this seed?
About an hour ago. Actually, no, less than that. About half an hour ago, the letter.
27 skulls for Falcon here, and picks up the bugs in the bottle, but
Oh, wow.
I don't think has done child cat skulls. Surely that's got to be
No.
faster than waiting for this one.
Yeah, but I think he's just grabbing like any skull that's near him at this point.
I mean, this kind of comes back to what we were saying earlier. One of the kind of fun sides of Skull Seeds is seeing how efficiently people route in their checks. Obviously, they still need 40. 40 is like arrows, so it's not like he's going to stop at 30. He's going to pick up 30 on the way through. Mario still has to get another 10, but we potentially have some dungeons to do that with.
I wonder if we're gonna see the chickens from CFalcon before heading into the well.
Oh, yeah, true, actually. That's one of the things that Mario did that CFalcon hasn't. We'll see Mario push ahead into the well and get some new checks. New checks on the table for us.
Has Mario grabbed these skulls either?
I don't think so.
Because I think he might just be opening it and then he'll grab those skulls on the way in or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would be better. Oh, Shaden.
Alright, maybe he has. I just forgot.
That or he's like playing around. Okay, I have to come to CAC at some point to turn in the skulls. And then you can make a point of doing that as child and picking up the remaining skulls at that point, but
I suppose so, but
I hope that's not the case.
yeah, I mean, like, at this point with no prelude and, like, no real need to be child anymore, potentially. But I don't know.
Did either of you see the underwater chest on the way in, by the way?
I didn't, which I think means that
I
it's
do not.
Yeah, okay. I'm assuming it was small because I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, like, I looked and I didn't see anything, is what I mean to say.
Bottom of the Well fascinates me now. The routing changes over the last couple of seasons are so intriguing to me.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. You just run. Just don't stop running.
Yeah. Chicken on top of the fence.
Love to see it.
I guess it's worth noting at this point we are still missing 3 separate items. Strength 2 is the big one that unlocks the most.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously, if we find Dins and Hovers somewhere, then that's a lot of checks that open up otherwise. But beyond that, after this, your plays are what? Forest and Fire? Never mind, there it is. Matter of time. Also, Mario doing the broken stick setup. You have a sword.
It's the same damage table against Dead Hand.
Yeah, that's definitely something he knows. He's just have it.
It's just autopilot, yeah.
Why are there two of them?
Oh, ice strength. Oh.
Yeah, imagine just both strengths in here.
That would be very concerning.
Two keys, so maybe grabbing skulls
On the
here?
way through, yeah.
Another?
3?
Okay. It's the mirror.
Alright.
So we got our spirit kit.
We got.
Basically,
We got.
Beats
just
Yeah,
missing
we have.
one shot.
Oh. Hey, so Bob of the Well's really good, by the way.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
are there...
Oh,
I know we
that
talk about
means-
this on commentary a lot, and like people are like, "Oh, Bottom of the Well is bait." It's not. It's like the most efficient dungeon in the game. Do not
Oh,
avoid
yeah,
Bottom
like-
of the Well.
There's always like the one person who's like, oh well, what if it's bait? It's like, well, then you waste like 4 minutes of your time, 5 minutes of your time. Like, who cares? Like, who's not gonna do the well? Come on, losers. That's who.
So, what we were talking about a bet for long shot, right? That's how this works.
Is it right here? Okay.
Ah,
Nice.
finally.
So that means we're long shot from go mode, and that means damn it, not a subscriber to CFalcon. He has this very lovely emote about a Phantom Ganon in the trash can.
And his file name is, and as today, as usual, his file names are always long shot, all in caps, right?
It's
So he's probably
he
loving
tends
this.
to- he tends to alternate between long shot and B, or specifically BM.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Good in French.
CFalcon's favorite check is long shot on Phantom Ganon.
I don't even remember which race that started in. It's definitely one of his bracket matches against someone. I do not like that mirror shield color.
No, me neither.
A little too orange for me.
It's how you like stop your shield getting stolen by likes. Clearly, you just disguise it as a like. Alrighty, so no surprises here. Mario going up to Spirit, just ton of plays. Ton of checks. It's progression, super efficient. You know what I mean?
It's required.
Right, it's like it's progression and also it's the most checks right now, and yeah, just and there's almost
Cool.
no world where CFalcon doesn't do exactly the same thing. At that
Yeah.
point, if Longshot is in Spirit, you can still call this a jet. If it's not, there's a little bit of an item hunt. Although I'm still not calling it a casino at that point. I really want to touch on the favorite PS2 conversation from chat, but I will ramble for hours about JRPGs, so we should not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about something. I guess just because we were talking about season 1 earlier, and now we're talking about legs eating the mirror shield, and I just wanted to talk about season 1 again. You used to because you can logically require finding a tunic for to get through fire or whatever.
Oh, I think I know.
You're a could eat your tunic and you just lose it forever.
Yeah.
Logically, you just cannot beat the game anymore. And I've actually been hard locked by that because I had 3 hearts and just couldn't do anything.
Yeah. Apparently, legs like fabric. They eat metal and they eat fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Weird diet, if I do say so myself.
I didn't have audio last time CFalcon was in here. This is full steam ahead. This song is so good.
I only ever associate this with Smash now because I never actually played Spirit Tracks, but I played a lot of Smash 4.
Same.
I played Spirit Tracks once, but I knew that song before I ever played it, and I that song is just so good. We're at that point in the seed where every chest is just okay, it's not long shot. It's not.
Is this it? Is this the one?
I'm kind of excited to see what the key or what the hand is. If the hand is a key or not. That's about all Spirit's got going for it at the moment.
Okay, so the other thing is I would like to see long shot in Spirit. For the sole reason that their skull routing then becomes very interesting from here on out.
What the hell was that?
That's so good. I love it.
So cool.
Mario just has all the tech.
Oh.
It's big.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a ball.
Okay. No, never mind then.
There is still bait left in this.
Oh god, we're starting a war in the Twitch chat.
Yeah, no, we're not doing this, are we?
Oh no.
We had the JRPG hate earlier. We're getting what's the worst Zelda game? What are we gonna get next? See, I was gonna say that the combination of the two is always best Final Fantasy. That's like a fight on the spot, instant conflict.
Yeah.
But also, the worst game I've played is probably Twilight Princess.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to.
I don't want to say it either.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I had to do it.
Girlfriend is conveying my thoughts.
Okay, I've explained this before, and it's very much a personal opinion. Twilight Princess started so slowly that every time I tried to get into it, I was like, I'm bored already. I hate this. I just can't get into it. And I tried like 5 or 6 times, and I got to like the Zora area, and then I was like, I give up. This game is insufferable. I'm not playing it. And pretty much everybody I've said that to goes, but that's where the game gets good. I'm like, well, if it took 6 hours to get good, then I'm not going to continue playing it.
Yeah, the intro is very slow.
I just hated the shadow bug things. The whole like, oh, you're in a new area, go kill these 15 things before you can do anything.
Yep. Yeah, that will never not suck. That's always...
Yo, Mario with the slash strats. I forgot that's a thing.
Yep.
God, they're just neck and neck right now.
Ah!
I mean, I guess like CFalcon didn't do... Oh, jeez. He didn't do Sunblock, but it was, what, a key? And Mario died, so that's obviously not good.
Heard dying is a foolish choice.
Yeah, generally you should avoid dying.
Yeah?
Oh,
so
and
getting eaten. That's
he's
also
getting
pretty bad for your health.
He's getting punched.
I don't.
Oh.
We're not doing this.
Damn, Mario got double zucked.
So yeah, with that, CFalcon with a, you know,
Dude,
a slight
you wanna
edge.
laugh so bad. That thing. I can hear it in your voice. You want to laugh so bad.
I swear to God. CFalcon with a slight edge with that. That was like actually enough to be a pretty notable difference. The issue being that CFalcon still hasn't gone to the Gerudo area, so that's a pretty high play on the radar at this point. I don't see a world where CFalcon dodges the training grounds at this point.
Yeah.
And Mario, having already done GTG, will get a bit of an edge there. It's just, where do you go from there and how much does it matter?
Well, there's only one way CFalcon dodges the Gerudo area. As if long shots on the Haunted Wasteland.
Oh, I was thinking Twin Row, but that works too.
It can be up here.
Oh, was
too,
it a key?
Yeah.
Was it a key on the...
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It was a key on left hand, not on right hand. So
Yeah.
we're good.
There is a world where Mario also crosses here to do the Strength 2 checks. And if that's the case, Wasteland would make for an incredibly close race at this stage.
Yeah, definitely.
But then, yeah, failing that, I think Ice Cavern has to be your play. I don't think there's much else available at this stage.
Oh, but then, like, if it's a close race, like, you got Mario who's, like, a water compass guy, and then, like, it all comes down to boss key location.
Oof.
I was gonna say, when do you go into water then?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Just actually
It's not a
dipping
bad
into water
play.
first is probably the right call, yeah. Definitely before ice, because you're warping towards ice anyway, so you might as well play Serenade, go to water, and then warp away to do ice. But then kind of finishing off the Gerudo stuff is the big question mark.
Yeah, I wonder if, like, dipping water right now isn't just the best play at the moment.
Oh,
It might be.
CFalcon giving some time back.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess just wanted to go through the dungeon, see like if you find all the keys or if you're still missing one at the end. Which makes complete sense. I tend to route it this way instead of the way Mario had, but...
Oh, the skull here is a nice one, though. This is a really quick one.
That's true. 37. Getting close. Which is good, because, I mean, like, when you're just missing the one item, like, you want to be sitting somewhere really close to 40. Especially since, like, you're not really going to be picking up skulls in water. There's, like, one or two that are basically accessible at all without basically just throwing.
The rare playing of the Scarecrow.
Yep.
Oh, wow, yeah.
No hovers, no long shot.
No weird side hops around the place.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Mario strat, yeah. I say the Mario strat as though other people have. It's definitely someone else's strat, but Mario did it.
Oh. Fuck you, Kome.
We have seeded RNG. That jump scares me every time, because if they shoot again, you want to be hookshotting them.
Yeah, just hookshot them, then do it.
But yeah, like, we have seeded spinner RNG. When are we getting seeded twin rover RNG?
Oh, that would be so great. Probably way better than seeded spinner.
I gotta say, I feel like that's a step above even with decomp. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. But yeah, that would be one of the sweetest things to have in Rando.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, like if you hookshotted them, it just changes everything anyway, I guess.
Yeah. And you can make it consistent so that if you only hookshot once, it's the same for both, but then the strats are different for different people, as we see the repeated spins on CFalcon side there.
They should just both spawn on top of the same pillar and then just like stay there and just like keep shooting.
Just make it a cutscene.
Easy plot.
Yeah. Make this fight just a mirror shield check. You just walk in the door and it's like, okay, if you have mirror shield, there's the blue orb. You can leave now.
Oh. There goes Mario reversing.
This could just be the fairy fountain. We do have a lot of Zelda's Lullaby locked checks available still.
It's like, it's one of those things where like, okay, but if you're gonna go to the fairy fountain, like, you may as well go to a wasteland. It's like, well, if you're gonna go to wasteland, you may as well go do those two checks. I'm not sure, like, I wasn't really counting keys, so I don't know how many he has left. I know... That's... So that puts the wasteland in logic for long shot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, not this. No. Please not this skull.
This is the best skull in the whole video game.
No.
It's actually so bad, but Mario's gonna have some super strat to get it. Watch this, guys.
I know there is a strat to get it, but timing it is still... Oh. That's not the strat to get it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Stand near the wall, roll back.
I remember finding out a couple of years ago now, I think, that logically requires either Requiem and planting a bean or long shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Makes sense, but...
Yeah, it's just like one of the only skulls in the game that logically requires long shot. And that was because of a seed that someone did where 50 skulls had their first strength and long shot was required to get it logically.
Jeez.
And they got a hint for their long shot with water as a stone. It's
Okay, so I was feeling a little scared that if something was in Strength 2 lock GTG, that CFalcon would find it and Mario would not. At this point, if something's there, Mario will reach it first, having done like all of GTG besides that. Oh, wow, that was incredible. But it looked so janky.
You can do that? It's actual game.
And yeah, Mario's doing what I was thinking would happen.
Oh, this is a pretty spicy call here then.
Because okay, he went into the maze. He had barely enough keys to get that double defense on left side, which would be 4 key lock
missing. Oh well.
Which would be 5
sorry.
missing, but then he did further left side.
Wait, it would be 4 missing because it's 2 more to the center and then 2 to the side.
Yeah.
But did he do every check in there? Did he skip out on keys?
Any keys that like he didn't have at that point would be like ones that he found on either Stalfos, Wolfos, or the statue.
Right.
And then anything else is just like the Strength 2 lock room. So I'm not sure how many checks are in there.
Yeah, I don't know what the key count was on the early stuff there, but it might actually be the case that the Strength room is 4 keys.
Yeah.
To get to the double defense, Mario picked up 5 keys exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't remember if he like scummed any away, skipped any, that kind of thing. I know we saw everything else though. We saw him do the toilet, that was nothing. We looked at all the maze items at least. I'm curious now. I really want to see if that strength room is just 4 keys and Mario's actually just read this perfectly, remembered everything perfectly, and also, yeah, I guess I'll chime in on the chat argument there. Normally I like compass first if you're just looking for boss key. Like, I don't dislike that. But if you're doing the checks while you're here because you're here missing an item, even if you're planning to bail a boss key, you just go in the efficient order at that point, I think.
Yeah, I myself am like, if I'm looking for items, I go map. If I'm in go mode, or if I know water can't have anything, then I go compass. In fact, I even go a step further if I'm in go mode. I actually peek, what's it called? Center bow early.
So, as we mentioned, this is going to be like some of that time that's coming back to CFalcon here. CFalcon has already full cleared Adult Lake, other than Shoot the Sun, which obviously can't have the long shot. So Mario is just like giving time back to CFalcon here, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas CFalcon is obviously giving time back to Mr. Mario by doing PvP, but there are checks here for CFalcon that Mario hasn't done, potentially.
we're going to see CFalcon be a lot more conscious of his key count because he doesn't know that toilet's an item.
Right, hopefully we'll get to figure out just how many keys are in that strength room before he gets there as well. But... So what do you all think of the bail from water? Right play? Wrong play?
Jeez.
It's okay.
I like it. I like it. I think Ice Cavern is too much density at this point. I don't agree with doing Adult Lake from there. But at this point, I would be wanting to push density more than full clearing.
Yeah, I don't know. There's always like... Okay, well, there's an item on Dark Link, which is spooky. Because that's where it is in vanilla, so it makes sense that it would be there, you know?
Obviously,
Yeah.
that's how it works.
Yeah. But then he's only seen one actual check, and I guess like even though your other item could just be on Morpha, it's... I don't know. I don't know if I would have bailed. I think I would have stayed just to see what the other unlock check was at least, and then like you can come back later and just do Dark Link whenever. Although you probably will never do it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the point. Is like it's one of those ones where at this point you can get it at any time, and like playing Serenade and going in to get it is pretty free, but at the same time you can get it at any time, and it's not very efficient. So you're just not going to go back there. That's it. So it's just a question of how much you want to be thorough versus aggressive at that point, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The way this seed has played out so far, the fact that it's been so bottlenecked to this stage, I would want to play pretty aggressively because you've got to assume that... Sorry, distracted by Mario using hover boots to get out of that, like, pen.
By the way,
Yeah, gainers are like Mario's thing.
by the way, it's not 4 keys. Because that was a key on Stalfos.
Ah, okay. So at least a check in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because it's been so bottlenecked to this point, you've got to assume that if you're ahead or behind, it's not by much. And so I think playing aggressively in that scenario makes more sense to me, where every wrong check could cost you the race. I think those are the situations where you want to push density more than any other.
So based on density, like where do you want to be right now? Ice area? Or...
I think ice. I think ice is the big one, yeah.
Ice, and then... and be between...
I think it's ice, and then as much as I hate to say it, I think it's finishing forest.
Yeah, I was thinking that, so...
So they have, what, like 3 keys out of Courtyard? And... yeah... It's like at least 3 keys. I know Mario's spent 1. I'm not sure if he had 3 after spending 1, but like...
But yeah, Mario still had field checks to do, so I think this is a really good, efficient way to route all of this in.
Yeah. Mario still does have like those mountain fairy fountains, so Bolero is like was potentially another option for this kind of thing. Especially because like you have the DMT storms as well. Also, I guess apparently he hasn't done this check.
The fact that Mario flicked on the hovers for just enough time to not get pushed back while hitting that boulder is just so absurd to watch. Like, give Mario a pair of hover boots and suddenly all the strats come out. And now we get to see him do Ice Cavern with hover boots, which is just the perfect combination, really.
Yeah, the Strength 2 lock checks in GTG not having anything, so... I guess we'll see if CFalcon makes a different kind of play here. I would expect the water play, and then, like, maybe we just get to see whether he decides to stick around or not.
I do kind of wonder, I know we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, right? CFalcon has a history with the long shot and Phantom Ganon. How much does he lean into that? Is he the type of player who will go, okay, I'm just going to go and do Stone Forest because it's always Mario.
Mario.
He's doing it.
Are you
He's doing
serious? Incredible.
He's
There
saving
was
the
like,
clip.
I've done that
there was
before.
like a week where that was in logic.
Really?
There was like one exact, yeah, because somebody pointed out in an RSL match and was like, oh yeah, you can use strength and a hammer to get in there. And Rob went, that's incredible, that should be in logic, and added it. And then people were like, that's ridiculous, nobody's gonna think to do that. And then a bunch of people went and attacked the logic and made it a little more newcomer friendly, and it got removed again. So it was only in logic for like a short amount of time.
Of course.
That was the same week where people complained about, and actually it was a race that Mario was in I think the first RSL season, where the Master Quest Water Temple torches were in logic to shoot with fire arrows, even though the hitbox is out of bounds.
God.
And that changed after that.
Those torches are awful for anybody who has not experienced Master Quest Water with fire arrows. Like, it's actually just borderline impossible.
Yeah, like the torches point diagonally, but the way the hitboxes work is that they're actually vertical. And the hitbox is vertical, they just, like, the model is diagonal only. So it's entirely visual for them on the hitbox, which actually means that the hitbox is way higher than they look, and
What the?
out of bounds in that scenario.
What?
Mario's a gamer. Mario's like, that's the... Other than the video to show that backflip, I don't think I've ever seen anybody actually hit that first try. And I'm assuming the video was, you know, several takes to show it off.
Oh, the keys lining up.
That's so good!
I do that backflip all the time.
Yeah, but it's never first try.
Yes, it is.
It's fine, you have your Ice Cavern strat, you have your Keys recoil.
Oh, yeah.
Which actually Mario might have claimed now, and might also do, I don't know.
No.
Is that another
Huh?
bomb bag?
Oh, big chest.
It did look
Yeah,
like
that
something...
was another bomb bag.
Okay, it's like, it looked like a major item at least, because I couldn't tell what it was, which usually means it's important.
What's another?
A bow.
No, okay.
Actually, how often does that chest have a bow?
I don't know.
I swear it's been like twice recently.
Oh, that looks big.
At least.
Oh, we've seen this before.
Yeah.
Oh, did we? Okay, never mind.
But it does look-
Right,
You know what-
yes. Because I said about Big Pose being in logic with it.
You know what we haven't seen?
Nope.
Valley Crate.
We saw it from
Did we?
Mario? Mario
No.
did Child Valley.
See?
Yes?
I don't remember now. Yeah, I think he did. He jumped down as adult like this, but neither of them have found any bomb shoes this seed. Which
oh
actually
yeah,
is-
he did jump down. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
That's wild. Neither of them have found any bomb shoes.
CFalcon has like 1,000,000 rupees though. Shoes were on shoe
okay, well,
but nobody got them.
okay, nobody found bomb shoes that are worth getting, I guess, to rephrase, yeah. Yeah, definitely could have bought some in the Wasteland. That would be a big one. Or doing the recoil, which... Yeah, I'm pretty sure both of these runners know the hover recoil down.
That one's a little, like, I don't know. I don't assume people know that one generally. Like,
I don't, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them both do it. So
I know Mario does for sure, but I don't know. That's just like one of those ones that's like kind of borderline. Like I don't.
yeah, and I guess, like, to be fair, you go for it once, but then if you miss it, you also miss out on doing the waterfall. So yeah, I can see like not wanting to go for it just in case you get it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so we have one check left from Ice. Ice always counts the checks around it, 100%.
Otherwise, nobody would do it.
Yeah, if it's just Ice alone, it's terrible. Ice with the checks around it, actually not that bad. And obviously we've seen a lot of water, but not all of it. Mario did leave.
Yeah, I think like you two said, I think his next play is likely to be Forest here.
Yep, there's the mini way.
Alright. Looking
That he
forward to
just
finding
got.
Dins and going to Shadow.
Although, like, in the mountain area, he still has both fountains and the Storm's Grotto there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, true, actually.
Those are pretty quick.
That's 3 pretty good checks. Yeah.
Yeah, he has 3 keys and has already spent 1. So 4 keys in early forest. There's a lot of items left in here.
Yeah, this is huge for sure.
CFalcon grabbing that boss key, so we'll get to see if he decides to continue. And it looks like he will.
And yeah, of course, we're getting the commands up in chat, but I guess a quick reminder. If you're just joining us, this is a Losers Bracket Round 2 match. CFalcon and MrMario, both long-term runners in the tournaments, both very big names. Definitely a shame that one of them has to get knocked out by this match, but I'm Yoshi, joined by Drew and Kawari. You should go and give them a follow, they're great. Obviously follow the fantastic runners in this race, CFalcon and MrMario. And a big thank you to our trackers, Adam and Kaliana, and our restreamer Soulblade for doing all the work behind the scenes and keeping things running so that we can make terrible jokes and insult each other for 3 hours.
And be talking idiots.
Yep. Especially me. Okay, don't all disagree at once.
Look, if you want to say it, you can say it. I'll just do my comms. I'll just sit here and talk about the game. That's fine. I can't imagine. It's got to be Forest at this point, right? We've got to see something here. I'm trying to think of what other plays are available. Sorry, Sponge made me laugh. I can't imagine what else we've got other than, like, maybe a check or 2 left in fire at this point. And, like you mentioned earlier, those 3 around the kind of Death Mountain loop.
Yeah. Yep.
But I almost assume at this point, because of how few checks there are within that, there are more checks in Shadow alone than I think there are in the rest of the game before Longshot at this point. So I almost assume that we're going to find Dins, not Longshot, at this stage.
God, you're right.
And then Longshot is in Shadow.
Yeah, that's pretty likely. I mean, like, Dins can always just be in Ganon's, which would be ideal, but...
Right, like, there's always a world where Dins is just locked away somehow. Could be on Morpha, could be in Ganon's castle, or whatever. Could be on Len's game with Len's in Ganon's castle or something, but yeah, Shadow at this point, I think, has more checks than there are other checks in the game that aren't Longshot locked.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I might have missed a couple of checks. Runners have had a bit of divergence. We did get a very linear early game. Oh, this is
This peak is ancient at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've not seen this one, but I did also take a break from the game for 2 years, so maybe that's why.
So yeah, I guess by this point we should have seen our last unlock check. I guess like it must have been Central Pillar, otherwise he wouldn't have gone there. So I think we're just gonna see Dark Link and then nothing else in water here. And then I have to imagine CFalcon goes for the ice play, which obviously is typically not a good thing because Mario's already done that. But if CFalcon decides to go from Bolero, that could, I mean, it'll net him like 3 checks that Mario has not done.
Yeah, I definitely think the big thing that could pay off CFalcon here would be to get those Death Mountain checks out of the way before Mario can get out of Forest. Because otherwise it just feels like he's going to be playing catch-up for the rest of this race. Because after water, your next play almost has to be ice. And after that, your next play almost has to be forest.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's what, 1 or 2 checks left in fire, and that's about it.
Yeah, with the backflip in checkerboard room. Very cool.
Yeah, as far as playstyles go, like I was saying earlier, I generally think CFalcon is a little more aggressive than Mario is. A little more prone to, like, I think this is the best play, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to make a slightly riskier play. But I still don't think he is the kind of player to make gambles regularly, just more so than Mario is. I think Mario is one of the safest players in the community, typically.
Not vanilla. And we get the bottle equip, so...
Not?
Buying blue fire?
Yeah.
Buying blue fire, grabbing lights, and then... Probably Bolero to get to
didn't
ice.
get the grave earlier either.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is he gonna...
excited to see the big chest here.
I was gonna say, is he standing in the wrong spot?
Yeah, I thought he was stood under it there.
Because I know the hard way that if you stand underneath when a big chest is spawning from the ceiling, you void out.
Yeah, I've done that in Wasteland. That is not
Oh,
a fun
God.
place to do that.
Oh.
I did that in a race where I lost by 42 seconds because of that.
I was going to say the other thing with that is the classic of if you void out while opening the chest, you don't get the item and the chest is opened, so that's it. It's gone.
Yeah, I witnessed Sponge doing that, and it was his spirit boss key.
Yep.
Fortunately, it was not required.
8 reward
8
multi-world
reward
match.
Yeah.
And just happened to be able to do the other 8, and it was fine, and they won.
God.
Alright, we do have the blue fire purchase. Don't see that often at all.
So Hammerhook just screams crater to me.
Yeah.
So these are going to be 3 quick checks that Mario
That's
is
a
not
big
done.
one.
Oh, that's big. Oh no.
Oh?
No.
Bobby is gonna be so mad!
Oh my god, it's happening again!
I think somewhere deep down he already knows, he just didn't want to accept it. Oh my god.
For those who missed it earlier, CFalcon has a long history of long shot in Stone Forest, stemming all the way from season 3, season 4. I don't even remember which one. Season 3, I think. And yeah, here we are again. Stone Forest strikes back. CFalcon probably not getting there anytime soon.
Probably not. No.
I wasn't the only one to bring up that history. His file name is Longshot.
No, I brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, CFalcon got there first. I think you got there second. I was like 3rd in the line. That's fine. I had to go back and see who it was that he lost to in that race, and it was Cola, I think. I think it was the loser's bracket match. Also, yeah, Morpher is very much a blink and you'll miss it kind of boss now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Except sometimes. Sometimes you just tag on an extra like 20 seconds or whatever, but
now Mario just needs. Now Mario just needs to pick up the lights.
Yeah, already has the skulls for them as well, so... Or just a couple of quick warps and we'll be nearly there. CFalcon... Oh yeah, I was heading to ice. I was going to say, is like in the right area, but no, of course, yeah. And I guess especially if you know that Minuet is here, like you're always doing ice before forest, because then you can play Minuet away from King Zora, or from ice in this case, because he's bought the blue fire.
mm-hmm.
You can play Minuet away to do forest, like there's never a world where you would do forest first. Oh, incredible.
That's amazing. Great.
So yeah, I guess I will say, like, the runners are on a 20-minute delay. So there's a pretty good chance that they're done at this point. They're free. They might have already talked about the seed, so, you know, if Mario finishes and CFalcon's still looking for long shot, a lot of runners in that position will just quit out, hey, where was my item? So he might already know. If he doesn't, and we need to break it to him, Kawari, that's on you.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I'm saying if
Sorry,
CFalcon
bud.
doesn't already know where the long shot is, you're the one who's telling him.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna know before this.
Yeah, I think
Pretty
so
sure
too.
he's-
It's likely he'll have asked.
Oh,
it's
for sure.
pretty
Watching right
likely
now.
he's here watching. Yeah, but yeah, you what's your job?
Alrighty, I guess now is also a good time to say we, obviously this has been a surprisingly fast seed considering how much it got bottlenecked early. We did get a lot of items thrown at us early. If you'll have questions to ask the runners, things to comment on for us to bring up in an interview, assuming they're joining for an interview. I don't know if they are yet, but get them in chat now and we can, you know, bring them up. Bring them up when we wrap this up. But, oh, it might not be wrapped up just yet if Mario takes a death here.
Not fine.
I don't like the running away when the armor breaks. That scares me. That makes me panic more. Mario not panicking. Mario's confident gamer at this point. Knows exactly what he's doing and what he can get away with.
That being said, climb up is always stressful. Especially when you don't see the dot done.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially in a race like this where you know that your opponent is doing the same things as you for 90% of it. Mostly on the grounds that there weren't many other options.
You'll never find the light arrows in Kakariko Village. Yeah, about that.
And Mario with all the equip set up, doing the jump slash there. No BGS the seed, so can do the equips a little early.
Juicy one cycle. Can I do the thing?
Hmm?
Is it time? Think it's time to learn how to cook your bacon? Zooter style?
I didn't know what thing you meant, so...
Alright, well then, it's time
There
to
you
learn how to cook your bacon Zooter style. Today's special guest is Mr. Mario. So, there are 3 easy steps on how to cook your bacon. First, go and tenderize your meat. So for that, we pull out the Megaton hammer.
Tenderize, more like pulverize.
Tenderize more. Well, he's gonna take that hammer and he's going to beat that.
Do we have to do this?
Well, now it's time to slice and dice. That's when we pull out the Master Sword. chat, how you like your bacon cut?
I feel like if you're doing this, I don't know if we can like plan the music with like the song packs and everything, but I feel like we need the Metaton cooking show music for this.
I don't think that exists in
Really?
this pack.
Ah,
Yeah,
wow.
and here comes Zelda with the air fryer.
What the?
The only Metaton music is the boss. All right, our bacon is cooked, and it's time to dig in. All right, and that's a GG's, and that's a forfeit from CFalcon. Right as he's opening the chest.
Yep, makes sense. Makes sense. I feel like a lot of the time runners finish it up if they're in go mode. If you're not, you have no idea how long you'll be playing for after this. Oh, we are going to see something. We will be getting them in for interviews, so...
Might see a funny little glitch, maybe.
And we're being joined by Mr. Mario. GG's.
GG.
Awesome, welcome. GG?
Thank you. GG's. Now CFalcon is he should be here soon.
And there he is.
He is. GG's.
GG's.
Hi,
Welcome in, GG's.
Hi, I'm in Forest right now, no reason in particular. Continue with the interview. I need to have a word with someone.
So, I guess,
How does it
yeah?
always happen?
It's not there, but it's close.
Oh man.
So, I guess we'll start with just general to both of you. Thoughts on the seed? Ignoring the long shot for now, I guess.
For me, I should have went fire earlier. But I was talking to CFalcon in the race time chat about this, but Letter had a much higher chance of being in fire than it did in GDG, just because it had to be bomb locked because of the river past a Baronade. So I knew this in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh, I should be like almost exclusively doing bomb locked checks, and that would include like all of fire because Hammer was bomb locked. But while thinking about that, I was like beating up the guard in Fortress, like, oh man, I should go there, but I didn't have Feroy's Wind, and I didn't want to just leave Fortress to go to fire. But yeah, ended up being there. I was like, yeah, figures.
Yeah, obviously you both kind of ended up clearing out pretty much the entire game up to that point as well, and then a little bit after it. As this was, despite throwing a bunch of items at you very early, this one bottlenecked pretty hard.
Yeah. Kokiri's sword in Kakariko was pretty funny. With the Kokiri Forest path to KD, I'm like, oh, bomb bag's just gonna be in Kokiri Forest. I'm not gonna open any small chests. And then you get 3 big items that aren't bomb bag. It's like, oh.
I had the same thought. I almost ran there as adult, actually, because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get a bomb bag, I can do all this stuff as adult, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Then I got Cook here, so I'm like, well, I'm gonna come back as child and do deck, let me wait. And then when I saw that stuff, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's really funny game, nice. Glad I waited.
If Kokiri Sword wasn't on Anju, then I would have definitely gone to Kokiri Forest as adult for hopes of a bomb bag to just clear DC.
Oh.
Oh, hey, it's
That's what Big Stabby was.
That's not big, Goron. What
What?
Y'all just wait. Just wait. If they leave it up a little bit longer.
Oh?
Yeah.
I told Mr. Mario narration, but there's something else you all need to say.
Yeah, this is gonna be funny.
Because I wasn't in Forest until he told me that it wasn't where I was actually at.
Oh no. I have a sneaking suspicion of where this is going, but we'll wait until we see it.
It's where I thought it was the whole time, and the item I was looking for.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, was it Valley Crate?
Oh boy.
So, just as a quick aside of that, then, Mario, your early game, one thing we definitely touched on there, your time of day worked out impeccably out of Deku Tree. Was that planned? Was that like you got to the market just as it was about to turn to night after doing Lon Lon?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so
Okay, no.
Believe him.
In all seriousness, I knew after Deku Tree I would be noon, so I wouldn't have time to do all of River as child. And it was really convenient that Bomb Bag was the top of River, so I'm like, oh, well, I'll just do the other checks as adult and save my time of day so I can do Lon Lon and get to market. So that's why I didn't do the rest of River, because I wanted it to work out, and it ended up working out really well.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a very close call on getting out of Lon Lon with Serenade and then getting there just ahead of time. We weren't sure if that was like, obviously, you have consistent time coming out of Deku, you know exactly what you can and can't get away with, or whether it was just rough estimate based on what's happened before.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I thought we might see catch.
See what?
Cat Chain.
Oh, Cat Chain. That was Serenade.
God.
Oh no!
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my
man.
god, that's so bad.
yeah.
I
And neither of you had bomb juice to peak that
well,
either.
well, that wasn't.
So
that wasn't my problem. My problem is that I can't really do that hover trick very well. I guess it's good in this instance. I can't because I would have made things even worse. But because I would have been in shadow even faster. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a hover strat you can do for that crate, and I didn't have hovers when I went to Gerudo Valley the first time, so I didn't do it. If I had hover boots, I was saying, if I had hover boots, I would have definitely done the strat and gotten the Dins, and most likely done Shadow before Ice and Forest Temple. So I'm pretty glad that I didn't, and I ended up doing GTG before Fire, because it just worked out for me in the end. But
yeah, no, apparently so.
yeah, I could just see it right now. Like, if I go Fire before GTG, I go Fire, get the letter, go Child, get ZL, and then go to Well, get my Spirit stuff, do Spirit, reverse to GTG because I haven't touched it, full clear that, and then I'd have hovers because I had ZL.
I feel like Mario just read my route out loud. Actually, there. That sounds about what I did.
I mean, there's not that much you can do in terms of divergence. You could, I guess, make a argument for Ice over Well, but really, Well is just so many checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have went Ice had Storms not been Composer Grave. Because even at that point, I still didn't even have the OT hint, nor did I know I had the hint that Minuet was in there.
Right.
So I was trying to figure out, well, if Storms is on OT, I'm gonna be honest, I was screwed. I didn't open the shortcut in Fire, so
yeah.
I'm pretty sure the boss key was at the top. I don't remember picking it up.
It's either Pierre or the very deep part of Fire.
Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you it was not. Yeah, it was not Pierre.
Oh.
I got the Scarecrow beforehand and grabbed those skulls because.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Light arrows, but. No.
Oh, fun fact: Strength 3 is on Lax. If you didn't see that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't yet. I still haven't gotten the long shot, but of course it hits. Oh my god. I don't know. All I can do is laugh when this happens. Because
I know the file name is a regular thing, but it does almost feel like a summon at this point.
no, the summon is where it ended up. I mean, if there is anywhere I was going to just completely fail out of a tournament.
How many times does that make this?
Oh no, this is the first time I've actually lost a tournament race to a long shot search, but.
Oh, you won the S. It was S3, right?
Oh.
The first time this happened. Was it against
maybe-
Sam in S3?
Maybe I have lost to another one. I don't remember.
I definitely remember there was
remember
a
something
long
about
shot
long
on
shot on
Phantom
PG.
Ganon. That was, yeah, the S3 one. I don't remember what race or the result, but...
Maybe it was a qualifier.
I don't know. I can't say anything. I'm trying to stall at this point because I'm look, Meg will not die. Can I get to the basement, please? Can I just get this and then turn my console off forever?
Oh no.
But yeah, no. Like I said, I'm not like actually mad or anything. What can you do? Like, it was a search for one item. There was, from my perspective, there was a ton of really good places to check for it, and it was in none of them.
Yeah. I mean, if it was water, you just win. It just happens like that.
Yeah. And, like, for what it's worth, we were saying at some points, this is the most, like, nerve-wracking seed to play through, in a way, because for the most part, it's so linear. You both made very similar choices. A couple of checks here and there were different, or, like, a little bit of change sequencing, but, you know, you both had almost exactly the same early game. And then you get the letter, you both make the same plays from there, you get stormed, you go to the well.
Mhm.
There's only really a couple of key decision points, so there's only so much that can really happen at that stage, and yeah, the fact that Dins was on one of those few checks difference is already rough. And just, yeah. Small edges at this stage, right?
Yep.
So we still don't know who your next opponent is, Mario. I think.
I think it's between
Right.
Check, Graze, and Angle, we were saying.
Yeah.
Just bringing up the bracket to see.
It has been played. It was played like a week ago. It's just not on the bracket yet. Wow.
Oh, that's weird.
So I guess spoilers for that one, but Engel won that.
Mhm.
How much experience do you have racing against Engel? Is that a match you're looking forward to specifically, or don't know much about, or what?
I feel like I've raised him before. Was it last season? I could have sworn that I've 1v1'd against Angle before in some instance.
SJL?
SGL? Angle always plays SGL.
Season 5.
So...
And that's season 5. Mario beat Engel.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I guess I can only hope for the same result. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. This race was fun.
We
Yeah.
were pretty surprised you two hadn't played each other before this.
No?
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised. with that too.
not 1v1, but
Yeah,
head-to-head,
we played in multi-world and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. Just a ton of tournament history for both of you, and it's kind of a surprise that it's just never quite lined up that way before now.
Yeah.
I think that's all I've got to say here. Does anyone else got more to add?
I can't really think of anything.
No, I just but I wanted to thank Corey, Adrenus, and Yoshi, of course, for calming this this race. Was it Carliana and Mad Monk Adam were the trackers, I believe.
Yeah.
Today, thanks to them as well for putting on. And I also want to thank my opponent, MrMario, for delaying this race a few days since I woke up Monday and my arm was awful. So appreciate it.
Of course. Wouldn't want you to play like that.
Yeah,
no, honestly, it worked out quite nicely because if it was earlier in the week, I wouldn't have been able to commentate.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for the original.
Yeah, and I would have been A, at work, or B, too sick to comment.
Yeah, I mean, like, I am definitely glad didn't have to miss this one because it was a great race to watch, and thank you both for being here. Putting on a great show.
Yeah. thanks again
Yeah.
for the restream. We appreciate it, and hope to see you all next time.
Yep.
Yes. This time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the world of standard tournament matches going on, we got one on Saturday, February 4th at 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time. That's an early one. It's going to be a winner bracket round 3 of Sora versus Seisei. Later on Saturday the 4th at 2:20 p.m., we got another round 3 winner bracket of Just Sam versus Gavani. And then also one at the same time of a lower bracket round 2, Doc Keeps versus Rafa. Getting closer and closer to those semifinals every day. But yeah, thanks for all hanging out. I think right now we might have a Wind Waker match going on. I'm not sure. Yeah, always the NA Weekly. We're gonna raid one of the other ZSR channels. I'm not sure which one yet, but we'll go hang out with them. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see y'all later.